Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Recently, the US Senate had a hearing about the state of, health in America. They had so many highly influential people that know exactly what they're talking about, like Casey Means, for example, and Callie Means, both two individuals that I highly revere and respect for their work, trying to point out that Americans, not just Americans, but the world has got a very big problem on its hands, and that is trying to keep people healthy. Because at the moment, we're very unhealthy. And you know why that is? You have these big conglomerates in the food industry that are enabling a lot of these unhealthy foods on your shelves. They're making people sick. You have these other conglomerates and industry leaders that spray pesticides over your crops and over your fruit and vegetables. And if you're not careful, you're going to find out the hard way, unfortunately, as many people are. The obesity crisis is a major concern and a major issue in America. But what does the mainstream media do when, they listen to these highly respectable people and highly knowledgeable people? They call them whack jobs. They call them woo-woo individuals. Like The Atlantic called them utterly pathetic, in a matter of speaking. If you saw the headline of The Atlantic regarding Callie Means and Casey Means, their talk, as well as, the Food Babe and quite a few other individuals that I actually know, Jillian Michaels, for example, who's been on this very show, like they're speaking out and trying to help the American people realize that, we've got a health crisis on our hands, and the government should do something about regulating these big industries. But will they do that? Nah. You know why? Because they're profiting. The government in America is highly corrupt at the moment. All governments around the world are seemingly rather corrupt, except the ones that you would see that are trying to do the right thing. I think in Argentina, Milei is trying to do right by his people. El Salvador as well, trying to do right by the people over there. Italy, for example, the Italian prime minister, who, by the way, I saw a tweet. It was fantastic. So the tweet was from Dr. Godek, I believe it was. And he was going, what do you think happened next? And then Elon Musk's mum, May Musk, who, by the way, I've also had on this show, fantastic woman, she responds, went up to the hotel room. And then Elon Musk responds, correct. It was fantastic. Utterly fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to get myself off track with that. So I want you guys to have a watch of one of the talks. I know the talks went a lot longer than just the minute and so clip. I mean, we could spend hours, honestly, talking about this. Now, Casey Means is an MD. Should go without saying that she knows what she's talking about. But the doctors that say the right things and do the right things, even though other doctors perceive them to be evil and hateful and whatever else, because they're actually going against the mainstream narrative, they will do whatever it takes to take them down. So watch Casey Means. Callie Means actually shared this. So big ideas were discussed in the US Senate today. Do you think anything's going to become of it? Who knows? Have a watch of Casey Means.
That what we are dealing with here is so much more than a physical health crisis. This is a spiritual crisis. We are choosing death over life. We are choosing darkness over light for people and the planet, which are inextricably linked. We are choosing to erroneously believe that we are separate from nature and that we can continue to poison nature and then outsmart it. Our path out will be a renewed respect for the miracle of life and a renewed respect for nature. We can restore health to Americans rapidly with smart policy and courageous leadership. We need a return to courage. We need a return to common sense and intuition. We need a return to awe for the sheer miraculousness of our lives. We need all hands on deck. Thank you.
I love how she says this is not just a health crisis, this is a spiritual crisis. And then we need a return to courage and a return to common sense. Americans are sick. It's clear. A lot of them are dying. They're not reaching a great age. And you would think that in the world that we live in today, with all the means that we do have of technology, we're supposed to be living longer, supposed to be healthier. But the thing is, we've got laziness, we've got this epidemic of darkness. They're choosing darkness over light, which she's totally correct about. A lot of people are just spiritually dead. They don't care about their spiritual health or any other health factor for that matter. They just don't care anymore. All they seem to care about is the unhealthy spiral that they're actually in. And I think that needs to change. I think that the US government is able to do an actual drastic change on not just big pharma, but big food. Because as what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is doing, MAHA, make America healthy again. It was once healthy, and now you've got all these highly processed, ultra processed, in fact, highly sugar-filled foods with the ingredients that I wouldn't even know how your body actually digests them. The healthcare system is an absolute mess. How do you fix all that? You listen to people that actually know and that give a damn, like Callie Means, like Casey Means, like Jillian Michaels. Jillian Michaels went on Fox News after her talk, and she points out the fact the mainstream media are complicit. They're the ones that are spreading the lies even further. They're saying that people like Jillian Michaels, who is a fitness health influencer, I guess you could say, of sorts, who is very well known, and I've had her on my show, and I loved our conversation. She was brilliant. The fact is, the mainstream media goes against, they don't want to hear what people like Jillian Michaels have to say because it doesn't fit their narrative. They want people to be sick. They want people to be unhealthy because once you do that, you're easy to control. People like Jillian Michaels, Callie and Casey Means, they're trying to say, no, you can take responsibility for your own life and your own health. And also the government needs to step in and help out a little bit too, because it's hard to find good foods that have good ingredients in them. If the government doesn't go, you know what, we need to actually change manufacturing. We need to stop the pesticides being spread over on our fruit and vegetables. Stop killing people. Like that kind of message should be mainstream, but it's not because corruption, money, power continues to make people sick. You make people more and more sick, they become more and more controllable. Have a watch of Jillian Michaels talk about the problem that is the health crisis in America.
Fresh off that testimony, Jillian, first off, why do you think that America's ready to hear your message?
I think Americans have been ready for a real long time because they are impacted directly. It's like 1 in 30 children now has autism. Early onset cancer diagnosis has gone up 79% in the last 30 years. We all know someone, my friends, breast cancer, pancreatic cancer, colorectal in their 30s. Like, I'm not here to bash you over the head and alarm you with the statistics because we all know somebody, we've all been impacted. The bigger problem, if I could get on a soapbox here, is that you guys are the only ones covering this. This is not a partisan issue. I don't know what the hell is going on, but all of these other media outlets that are politicizing health and making it partisan should be ashamed. It's despicable and disgusting, and you do not use the health of Americans to be divisive. It's reprehensible, and I cannot commend you enough. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having Cali Means and the people like us.
Jillian, what are some of the things that we're feeding our children, or some of the things that we're doing on a daily basis that we don't even know is harmful?
Guys, at this hearing, we had food activists like Food Babe and Jason Karp, and when she held up a bag of Fruit Loops, which we don't want our kids eating anyway, right? But we're aiming for such low-hanging fruit. She said, this is what they give the kids in Canada. These are the Fruit Loops, and it's colored with things like carrot and beet juice. And here, they're all artificial food dyes.
Why is that? What's
money. And the answer is because it's more profitable, because kids are drawn to it more. And Jason Karp said, as one of the speakers, he's like, kids would probably do cocaine if we would let them.
I think we all should be alarmed by the statistics and by the actual reality of it, because maybe, just maybe, that might scare some people to make some drastic changes in their life. I don't think it's a bad thing to go, we need help. We need to make America, but not just America, but Australia and the rest of the world healthy again, because it's alarming. The amount of cancer rates are going up. The amount of sickness is going up. The amount of disease is going up. Anyone that warns, like, you can change this is silenced. I'm all for being healthy. I think we should be healthy. I think we should exercise regularly, not be sedentary all the time. Don't be lazy. Work hard. Eat right. Eat well. Treat yourself from time to time, but don't make it a bad habit. Also, choose your food wisely. When you go into the supermarket, looking at the ingredients. I won't eat anything these days that has a great deal of shit in it, because it makes me feel utterly crap. And I hate it. So we need to be smarter and wiser when choosing what we eat. I don't eat fast food. I don't drink soft drink. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do any of those sort of things. People say I'm a little bit crazy, but I love it. Call me crazy. I don't care. I'm very particular because I know that my body doesn't like any of that stuff. It's not good for me. I want to live as long as I possibly can, God willing. So therefore, I'm going to take care of my body as best I possibly can. Simple. I don't eat in excess. I eat what I need and not much more. And I eat healthy food. So anyway, you guys have a choice too. It's up to you. You can listen to the professionals that actually know what they're talking about, or continue down the path that you're going. See what happens. You guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.